Hello people and welcome to English with David. I hope you're all good and safe at home, and I hope you're all, especially I hope you're healthy. I know this is a very unexpected situation, guys. You did not imagine that you would be having classes at home in Block C, and in the same way I did not imagine that I would be talking to a camera right now instead of being in the classroom, doing the stuff as the usual. But well, that's life. So I guess all we have to do now is to make the best out of this situation. So, guys, the lesson today, well, actually, all my lessons are going to be split in three different points. The first part is going to include a grammar structure. So, in that part, we're going to do grammar. So, I expect you to take out the notebook, to take notes, to make sure you get everything I say here as though we were on the blackboard in the classroom. The second part is going to be a practice phase or a practice stage in which we are going to be doing listening or reading or any sort of activity that helps you enhance your abilities. In that part, we may be using the book. And in the third part, we're going to have a production activity. That production activity is all about you using what you learn in the first stage and, I don't know, creating something. It can be writing something or it can be speaking, but I want you to produce, guys. Then that's the whole explanation. What's left? Let's go to class. In the grammar part of the day, we're going to study one more time something that we did in the classroom some weeks ago. That's modal verbs. Should. What's a should? Should was a modal verb that you used to make a recommendation, a suggestion, an advice. Example, I am thirsty. You should drink water. I'm hungry. You should get something to eat. Should is an advice, a recommendation. Let's check the second. Have to. Have to is an obligation. It's about the duties, the things that you have to do. Example, I have to do a homework. I have to take out the garbage. Third, it's must. Must is an obligation, but a different sort of obligation, right? I hope you remember the difference. Must was an obligation that is more mandatory than have to. You have to do something, it means that it's an obligation, but must means that it's an obligation with consequences. So that's must. Practice part. Today we're going to do vocabulary exercises. Maybe the first 2 pages were finished by some of the students, but not all of them. Let's go to page 24. So people, practice part. As I told you before, please go to page 24. And now let's do it. I know that some of you may have it finished, but for the ones who don't have it finished, let's begin. First, it says cross out the words that are spelled incorrectly. What does it mean? Cross. So, which of those words is spelled incorrectly? How to know? A way to know is to go to page 21. In page 21 you have the vocabulary, and that vocabulary over here, all of this, is going to show you the words. So let's go back to the page and let's do them. So it says side or seizure. Which one is it? Let's go look for them.
Number 1, right? Side. Going back here, it says cross out the words that are spelled incorrectly. So we have to cross that one out. The other one is right. Do the same for the rest of them and please check them carefully. Seized, laughed. Alright. And as soon as you're done, let's move to the second exercise. I remember that when we were doing this in class, several of you didn't know what to do, so I'm going to explain you. It says circle the first letter and then skip the following one and circle the next letter you land on. Continue this pattern with each word. Write the words that the circle letters spell on the lines. Follow the example. That's it, right? So let's do the example. Circle the first letter. Circle. Skip the next. Circle the next. Skip the next. Circle. Skip. Circle. Skip. Circle. Skip. Circle. You see, side. Side. Please do the same thing with the rest of the words, and you're going to find more of the vocabulary words. As soon as you're done, let's move on. Exercise. It says using our words. Match each word from the list with its synonym. This part is going to be easy because you have the definition of the words. We studied it a while ago. So let's go to the first assignment and let's look for a synonym. Captured, apart from, educated, showing off, homework. That's it, right? Synonym. You have to do the same with the rest of them. Finally, moving on to the last exercise of this practice part, let's do page 28. It says, missing assignment, listening comprehension. Listen to the conversation between Pete and Thomas. Match the verbs on the right to the corresponding sentence. Why didn't you space your homework? Right? I didn't space anything. Let's do the listening and let's play it right now.
Missing assignment. Speaking. Listen to Pete and Thomas talking about the homework. Pete didn't do his homework.
Pete, what happened? Why didn't you bring your homework?
I'm such a fool. I read the story, but I didn't write anything.
But when you called, you said you were almost done.
I was lying, Thomas. I hadn't even started.
Why?
I thought it was going to be easy. I decided to play my new video game first, but I fell asleep. I wish I had listened to my dad. If I had written what he told me, I would be done. He explained the meaning of the story and everything to me before leaving.
Why didn't you do it in the morning then?
I slept through the alarm and didn't remember about the assignment until Miss Emery asked for it.
You know, it will count as the final exam.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get an F.
If you talk to Miss Emery, she might give you a chance to turn it in late.
I don't have a good excuse. I guess that's what I get for bragging and thinking I could do it in no time. Now I really feel like the fox in the story.
Take turns with your partner pretending to be Pete and Thomas. Thomas, you, will ask the following questions, and Pete, your partner, will explain why he didn't do his homework. Switch places, making sure you give different answers.
Production part. What do I expect you to do? Just imagine the following. Think of a friend who is coming to Colombia from Canada. He's coming to Colombia for vacations. So I want you to, using must, have to, should, and including at least 7 of the words from the vocabulary list in page 28, I want you to give your friend recommendations for places, food, and activities to do in Colombia. Activities that you like, activities that you enjoy. Write a letter to your friend and enclose it to the same document that I sent you, to the academic guide, and that would be your production activity. I will give you an example. If I have a friend who is coming from Canada to visit Colombia, I would definitely tell him the following. Dear friend, you should definitely try some arepas. In Colombia, we have many kinds of arepas. We have arepas from Boyacá, we have arepas from Santander, and we have arepas from several places that we eat with different dishes. So I recommend you should definitely buy some arepas, and also I think you totally have to go to Salitre Mágico. Salitre Mágico is an amusement park. I think you would absolutely enjoy to be in Salitre Mágico. So you have to go. And when you come, you have to let me invite you to a good restaurant. That's the kind of thing that you have to write, guys. And people, this is it. This was English with David. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helped you to learn and practice your English a little. Goodbye!